How's it going, everyone? It's your boy Big D here. It's time to do a classic movie review. This one is from 1980 and is directed by the mastermind himself, Martin Scorsese. This is, I may spoil it because, it's been since 1980, so if you have not seen this movie, well, then, you had your chance. It's like, what, 90? It's like over 30 years old, so you probably should have seen this movie already. Anyway, this movie stars Robert De Niro. It's the only person I know out of it. Robert De Niro, maybe a few others, but, real quick, I want to get into this before I say the title. When I was a kid, this movie is a black and white movie. And reason being, I don't know why he did it black and white. He could have done it in color. Would have been interesting in color. I don't know if there's actually a colored version out there. Probably not. But I didn't watch it for many years because I was like, oh, it's a boxing movie. It's going to be stupid. It's black and white. And I was being judgmental. And I ate my words when I saw this movie. When I saw this movie, right from the start, it was interesting. It was fun. It's entertaining. And at the end of the movie, I was like, why didn't I watch this like 10 years ago when I was like 7? Why didn't I give it a chance? Why was I being stupid and not watching it? It's literally amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my review for the 1980 hit boxing sports / drama intense movie, Raging Bull. Weird intro there. I'm always weird at doing intros. I'm not the best at it, but now we can get into the juicy part. I'm going to give you my pros and cons and tell you my final score on what I think about this movie. And let's get started. I'm going to get started on my pros first because there's a lot of it. First off, I want to say the directing of this movie. For a 1980s movie, black and white, it does have that sort of, this movie's based around, I don't remember, around the 50s, 60s. It has time jumps basically in it, mostly the 40s and 50s. Around that area towards the 60s, it has a very big gap and jump, and the directing of this is really, really spectacular because Martin Scorsese, in black and white, he still captures in every shot, he captures the little details in anything, like a coffee, you got a big angle in a room, and you got the TV there, the couch there, you got the coffee, table there, you have the window there, you have the plants there, you have the mirror over there, you have the characters right here, and he captures everything in there, and within one whole shot, they interact with a lot of things, and that's what I loved about the whole directing experience and the angles, and the way Martin Scorsese does his movies, and the way he goes with it. I mean, it's really, really Scorsese. It's really, if you've seen a Scorsese movie, you know what you're getting into. If you enjoy his movies, if you have not seen this movie, if you're say you're either the new generation or my generation, younger people, I doubt you're watching this, but if you've seen a Martin Scorsese, Wolf of Wall Street, you think that was really great, it was great. Check this movie out. The directing is really, if you're interested in directing, you definitely got to check this movie out because it has certain things in there that will spark your interest. The music in here, they have the score in here, and I already kind of forgotten in a way how it goes, but I get the thing because I get the feeling of it. I like how the opening, the main menu, it shows him getting ready and everything. He's in the ring, and there's flashes of cameras everywhere, and the music goes so well with it. And when I heard the score, I was like, that's where it comes from, that song, Raging Bull. I was like, see, I knew the score for a long time, and I was like, oh, it comes from this movie. That's a pretty badass score. It's really awesome. I'd like to hear it just live on a big amplifier, man, because it's really a cool score, and it actually, it ain't a Rocky score, but it's something. It definitely is interesting and really cool. First off, the acting, Robert De Niro, definitely, he knocks out of the ballpark. Robert De Niro is one of the greatest actors of all time. Just the way he plays a douchebag. He's not very kind, he's not very nice, he's not that likable, Jake LaMotta, hey, forget about it, I'm not done with use, he uses the dictionary, the words that he uses are different, and his acting is top notch. Oscar-nominated type of acting, the way he portrays it. For 1980s, you gotta think, back in 1980s, this is something new. This is, we've had many, many greats from the 1920s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, 70s, and the 1980s. The acting just progressed and progressed, and we saw more and more and more interesting and dive. They went deep into their character. He was Jake LaMotta. So I definitely enjoyed Robert De Niro's acting so much. And the cast itself, the brother, Jake LaMotta's like 2 or 3 wives, the 2 wives. And it's funny because there was a part where, if you've seen Ted 2, don't think that part where Ted's like at the table and he's like, "Where's my damn steak? Oh, I'm making your damn steak. Yeah, I want my steak now." And she like throws the steak. It's like, "What is this? This is burnt steak and all that." And she throws the steak at him and everything. And he flips the table. That Ted scene, that was from Raging Bull. See, they don't. It's not a Raging Bull did it first. Just want to tell you that. I thought black and white, like some movies don't work for me for black and white, but this movie, I wish to see it in color, but then again, black and white is more intense. It's more, I don't know how to say it. This is more there. Color would be a little bit too much far-fetched. I think the black and white really works well, especially with the blood, so they didn't have to do you could tell the blood and the water. Sometimes you can't tell, but still, black and white works very well, and I guess it was a budget issue, or else maybe it was just, a creative idea. Next up, the fighting in here. Now, it's obvious you could tell the fighting's fake. Like, oosh, oosh, oosh. Oh yeah, duh. You could tell it. It's obvious that they're just like, oh, pretend you're getting hit. It's one of those. But still, very interesting. I really enjoy, because some of the fighting's intense. I gotta say, there's a part where Jake's getting his ass kicked, like boom, 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 and he's really taking it. He's like, come on, and I just gotta say, the fighting, it's pretty brutal, and black and white makes it more intense with the. Again, sometimes you can tell, but sometimes you can't. Like, is that blood? Is that a lot of water, saliva? What is that? So it's really gross and really boxing. If you love boxing, you haven't seen this movie, watch it. What are you doing? Again, another intense movie. I mean, there's some hitting at home. I'm talking about, like, he's abusive to his wife sometimes. He's not the best father in the world, and this is what I'm going to get to in a minute. Again, the dialogue. He always uses the word bum. "I'm not a bum," or "I'm a bum," like later on in the movie, or "Don't look at them, they're bums. Yous, I'm not done with yous." Like, the dialogue that he uses in his culture, the way that, not culture, but the neighborhood he lives in like that New Yorkish type of Bostonish or Italianish type of setting, like Italianish, living in New York area stuff. That is, it's different for the time, and I really do enjoy Robert De Niro's take on that. Because he is like Italian Robert De Niro. But Jake LaMotta, the way he does it is just, he played the character really, really, really well. Also, Jake's looks through the years. He changes his looks, and his forehead looks. When he's sore, you could tell, he's swollen in this area. He's not swollen. He's good. His forehead, you can just tell through the years what he's going through. Now, my cons. First off, another pro. Listen, Jake LaMotta, he's not a likable character outside of the ring, but inside the ring, you root for him. So, the ending, I didn't really enjoy the ending. Like, I felt like the ending could have been a little bit more better in this sort of way. Some people could complain, "Oh, it's an artistical ending, whatever." No, I do feel like the ending could have been just a little bit more better. That doesn't ruin the movie, though. Okay, the ending, big whoop. Every movie has a problem. Just the ending for me. It doesn't change my difference. Like, I'm never going to see this movie again. I'll see this movie again. Hell yeah. But it's not a movie where I could be like, it's on TV. I'm going to watch it now. Not one of those. There are certain parts in the movie. Why did he never get arrested? There are multiple things where someone could have called the police on him. He never got arrested. He never got in trouble. He never... Except that one part where he got arrested and he was like, why? He was so stupid. That whole scene, that was Oscar worthy right there. I don't know how he did it. I don't know. He's just intense. I can't even tell. I can't even tell you the difference of any other actor, man. He's amazing. I'm saying, De Niro is De Niro. There's no other category. Nicholson's Nicholson, De Niro's De Niro. You can't beat them. The wife did nothing really. The wife, his second wife, she was a good actress, but nothing where she like blew me away in a sort of way where all she was where she wanted to leave him, and then she just holds her, and then she's like, oh, like they love each other again, and then the abusive thing, and then she loves him, and like, it's basically, oh, I hate you. That it's like hate love, hate love, hate love, and it's just it kind of never went anywhere. Other than it just showed them doing that over and over, like they just fought and they loved each other. They fought. He was never a great dad. We never get to see him interact with his kids. All he was like, oh hey, that's it. Throughout like 2 hours of the movie, he never really hangs out with his kids. He never talks to his kids. He never really did anything with his kids. So that's just one of the problems I had, where I want to see Jake LaMotta interact with his family a little bit more. Other than that, there was nothing really bad about it. That was my only cons. My pros, you heard my pros: directing, action. Action has some fighting, the score, the dialogue, the writing. I think that the story was well written, definitely for a Jake LaMotta story, and well written, not great, just well written. Overall, I'm going to give Raging Bull an A minus. It's a great movie overall. 9.10 out of a 10. That equals it's a great movie, guys. If you have not seen it, I definitely advise you guys to check it out. It's definitely worth watching. Definitely worth buying. It's one of those movies where I can own it. I want to own it and be like, this is part of history, man. This is cinematic history. And again, if you're young, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's close to 3 hours long, man, but it's definitely worth it. It's long, but it's worth it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope all of you enjoyed. I'll see you all for the next one. Spock be with you always.